The brain is one of the most delicate organs that every human possesses, and that is why people get very worried when diagnosed with brain infections or diseases. The brain is a complex organ that controls thought, memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. That is, your brain controls the way you think, the things you remember, and how fast you can remember them, your feelings, your speech, communication with other people, your pose, and the way you lift every single part of your body. What happens when you suddenly discover that your brain is not functioning as it should? There's a problem, right? This is why you need to watch out for the 5 signs we would be talking about in this video. Number 1, you will find it difficult to carry out basic cognitive abilities. Let's talk about cognitive abilities, those basic skills that the brain uses to complete everyday tasks. You know, like thinking, learning, reading, remembering, speaking, listening, and paying attention. They're like your brain's superpowers. But what happens if these superpowers are affected? Well, it means you won't be able to function as well. Have you ever had a brain fart so bad that you forgot what you were even thinking about? Imagine that feeling, but 100 times worse. That's what it's like to have dementia. It's a condition that can really mess with your cognitive abilities, like memory, thinking, and even social skills. While there's no single cause of dementia, there are a few reasons why it can happen, and we're here to break it down for you. Alzheimer's disease. This is one of the most common culprits of dementia, contributing to almost 80% of dementia cases. Alzheimer's disease is caused by the buildup of 2 detrimental structures in the brain, amyloid plaque and neurofibrillary tangles. You can think of them as the bad guys who disrupt the communication between nerve cells and make it difficult for the brain to process information. The first is caused by clumps of beta amyloid, while the second is caused by a protein called tau. Tau is responsible for keeping the microtubules in the brain stable. Unfortunately, when tau is affected, it can lead to twisted up microtubules and neuron degeneration. But that's not all. Nutritional deficiencies of vitamins B1 and B6 can also cause dementia. Furthermore, central nervous system infections like meningitis, brain abscess, and encephalitis can also mess with your cognitive skills. Number 2, communication becomes difficult for you. Some people may feel shy and nervous when talking in front of many people. This is normal. However, if you used to be very outgoing and now you find it hard to talk to your friends or do things you like, it could be a sign of a problem with your brain, especially if you compare this with other symptoms stated in this video. There are many reasons why someone might have trouble speaking or understanding a communication. These reasons can include diseases that affect the brain injuries, and problems with blood vessels in the brain. The severity of the impairment can vary depending on the extent of the damage. Another factor that causes communication impairment is multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, MS, is a chronic autoimmune disease that affects the central nervous system. It occurs when the immune system starts attacking the myelin sheath, which is a protective covering that surrounds nerve fibers, causing inflammation and damage. Common symptoms of MS include muscle weakness, difficulty with coordination and balance, vision problems, and trouble thinking. Another cause of language problems can be a lack of a vitamin called D, or it can be hereditary. Number 3, you will experience consistent headaches. Sometimes when you have a really bad headache, it can stop you from doing things you normally do. Headaches are very painful and can be a sign of a bigger problem with your brain. Most headaches are not too severe and are caused by things like not sleeping well, drinking too much alcohol, being stressed, working too much, or not eating healthy food. However, some headaches are more severe and could even be life-threatening. Certain brain infections like meningitis and encephalitis can cause severe headaches. Your brain is covered by 3 layers of tissue called the meninges. When these layers get infected by bacteria, viruses, fungi, or parasites, they can become swollen and cause meningitis. The infection caused by these factors can spread to the entire brain. When it does, it can cause inflammation, which can turn into a more dangerous condition called encephalitis. However, your body always wants to protect itself from infections by using its immune system. The immune system provides resistance to infection and toxins. The immune system, which includes the thymus, bone marrow, and lymph nodes, are like an army that fight off infections, but can sometimes cause inflammation if the fight is intense. So, if you consistently suffer from a terrible headache, it could be a sign that something is wrong with your brain. It's crucial to see a doctor right away if you have a severe headache that won't go away. Number 4, you will experience seizures. Seizures can be a frightening condition for those who experience them. They are caused by a burst of uncontrolled electrical activity in the brain, which can lead to temporary changes in muscle tone, movements, behaviors, sensations, or states of awareness. Unfortunately, seizures are not uncommon, and more than 1% of the world's population experience them at some point in their lives. Not all seizures are alike. Some people may only experience one seizure in their lifetime, while others may have recurrent seizures. This is the big part. Recurrent seizures can be a sign of a serious underlying condition, such as epilepsy or a brain infection. You may want to ask, what brain infection causes seizures? Well, encephalitis is one of the culprits. Encephalitis is one of the most common causes of seizures. It is an inflammation of the active tissues of the brain caused by an infection or an autoimmune response. Encephalitis can be caused by viruses, bacteria, fungi, or parasites and may lead to seizures. Another common cause of seizures is epilepsy. This is a neurological disorder that affects over 65 million people all over the world. Epilepsy can be caused by a variety of factors, including brain damage and infections. It is also hereditary. Brain abscess is another potential cause of seizures. Unlike encephalitis and epilepsy, brain abscess is rare but is also a serious medical condition. It occurs when pus forms inside the brain due to bacterial infection that spreads from one part of the body to another. This can cause the brain to swell up, leading to seizures. Seizures can have a profound impact on a person's life. It can deprive you of the joy of having fun. So, as soon as you notice any symptoms of seizures, run to the doctor. Number 5, tiredness and feverish feeling almost every time. Having a healthy and energetic start to your day is important. However, if you feel tired, weak, and sick all the time, it may indicate that something is wrong with your body. Do you often experience sudden chills and recurring fever, and find it hard to do any work that requires you to use your mind? If you answered yes, then it is essential to take these symptoms seriously. It may be a sign of a brain infection. Brain infection can make you feel mentally exhausted, leading to a lack of interest in daily activities, difficulty making decisions, and even trouble communicating with others. If combined with persistent feverish feelings, it's time to see a doctor. Remember encephalitis? These symptoms, including fever, headaches, and exhaustion, can indicate that you are suffering from encephalitis. However, diagnosing a brain infection from general symptoms like fatigue and fever can be challenging, as these can signify other illnesses too. Therefore, it's best to seek medical attention as soon as you experience any difficulty with thinking or feeling unwell. Brain infections can be very dangerous, and therefore it is important to prevent them. One of the most effective ways to prevent brain infection is to practice good hygiene. It is also important to avoid close contact with people who are sick and to cover your mouth and nose when you cough or sneeze. Make sure to disinfect the surfaces and objects you frequently touch, such as doorknobs, light switches, and phones. Finally, maintaining a healthy lifestyle by eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and exercising can go a long way. By taking these simple steps, you can help protect yourself from brain infections and stay healthy. We hope that learning about the 5 danger warning signs of a brain infection has been informative and helpful for you. Remember to always be aware of any unusual symptoms and seek medical attention if you suspect something is wrong. Take care of your health and stay safe.